tell it, but I've heard all about it.
Okay, it's probably wrong. It's probably wrong, but I'm going to tell you anyway. But anyway, she had a pea green Packard, and her attorney lived out there with her in Dr. Marsh's farm. Her name was Georgetta Moran, and her attorney, his name was Otto Spouster, and they were an interesting couple. You would see them in various places, venues around, church suppers, things like this. And she was always kind to me. She would always, have something to say or what have you. But it was just, but there was a mystery about this lady. You remember in Chicago the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, the two rival groups, the Al Capone and the Bugsy Miranda. Well, everybody was under the assumption that Georgetta was his widow, and this made the rounds for a number of years. You know that there were Chicago dealings going on, and that there was a connection and everything, and this was widely accepted around, that was Bugs Moran's widow, that had sequestered herself here in Augusta County in Middlebrook. But I have a friend who will remain nameless. That's kind of an amateur genealogist, and she had heard these stories too, and she had called me up for validation on some of these. And so she started doing a lot of research. And according to my friend, Mrs. Moran is Mrs. Moran, but not the widow of Bugs Moran. In fact,
such a better story.
I know. But now this is not bad either. This story is not bad either. But this person did find out, and I have not gone for the information, but the lady is Egyptian, a very prominent Egyptian. And she is from Chicago. That much is true. That much is true. And I have not verified any of this. I have not Googled any of this. I'm just taking, I'm taking somebody else's word for it, but it sounds right.
And it's got witness protection
But
written all
anyway, her father, and don't ask me the name. I've not been to Cairo, but that her father owned one of the biggest hotels in Cairo, and that this story had just it just come back. But she was from Chicago. Yes.
I have a question. How in the world did Georgette Moran find a farm down here?
I have no idea.
Can your source ferret that out?
No,
how did the hotel owner find?
Just things that have, stories that have passed down through the years. Bill, you have a little bit on that. Didn't you work out there?
Where's the treasure, Bill?
I used to
that
work
he
up there.
buried.
Now her ashes are in the spring out there supposedly. But no, everybody was under the assumption for a long time that Mrs. Moran was in fact.
Yeah.
And Bugsy was married twice, but not to this lady. The only thing they had in common was Chicago. And the name